How's it going, people? How's it going, everyone? Let's get into some news. Oh, it's gonna be big. So, how's it going, everyone? It's PhantomCave here with another live stream, and today's live stream, obviously by the thumbnail, you can tell it is done by. And it is obviously done by, well, PhantomCave, obviously, and we've got two massive guests coming very, very soon. And one of them is obviously King Comics Arises. He's going to be here. He's already here in the chat, which is pretty damn cool. And another guest that we will be introducing, and I'm hoping he can make it, is literally Scott Garrison. So Scott Garrison obviously is the guy is basically the guy who does Ghost Warrior, I think 88 or something like that. So he'll be joining the show as well. We've got massive stuff to talk about, and let's get into it with today's news. So in this week's PhantomCave news, we're going to be getting to some of the biggest stuff very soon. So we're going to be talking about how Mike Manley has his 5th anniversary of the Phantom. We're going to be talking about how we also will be talking about a great celebration of the Phantom feature film movie that has recently gotten to 25th anniversary. So it's gotten to his 25th anniversary, and let's get into today's news. So this week we have a new Phantom comic coming out this next week on Thursday. Some of the other comics that we've seen real recently is obviously these two. And that is called the Drummer Special number 1895. Now let's get into some special news. Now, with the special news, we're also going to be talking about, I'm going to be bringing some live guests on the show, and I've already mentioned them. They're great at what they do, and let's introduce one of the guests. I'll just make this full screen. Let's introduce one of the guests that's coming on the show, King Comics Arises. So if you're there, King's Comics Arises, you can basically come. I'll do something here. There we go. That should be showing you now. If you click on that link, hopefully. It's going to be pretty embarrassing if they don't come, if they don't turn up. It's going to be pretty embarrassing. But I guess if you got that pretty embarrassing moment, I guess that makes it okay. Yeah. If you want to come join, Comics King Comics, you can do so as you please. So in the next part of the news we're going to be talking about is the Mike Manley news. So Mike Manley, and I'll be getting some photos up of Mike Manley. I'll be showing my screen. Showing screen. Showing screen. Here we go. Now, where we got here? Here we go. Can anyone comment down below if that's showing the screen? I've already tested it, so it should be. Yeah. So as we can see, Mike Manley is obviously he's he started his new Phantom career doing Phantom dailies he's been doing Phantom dailies since what he's doing his fifth anniversary, so he's been doing it for 5 years. So it's pretty cool. And a couple of photos that I'd like to show you is if I can find them on my desktop. Some of the pencils. That's some penciling done by, I'm pretty sure, Mike Manley. That's original script, I'm guessing, original picture. Another bit of a sketch. And I'm guessing that was done back in, might have been back in June of 2016. If you can say that. If you can't, just drop a comment and I'll read it. You should be able to say it because it's sharing my screen, so should be able to say it. And I was planning on getting Mike Manley to actually join us on the show, but obviously it's too early for him to basically show up, which is okay. So, we've got an influx of people. That's a first and a half. And we've got private chat. I'll be reading the comments. How's it going? I'll be showing. We'll be showing some comments up on the screen right now. We've got Sojit Mitra says hello. How's it going? Yeah, how's it going, Ghost Walk? Nice to see you. I'll show you my screen again. We'll have another look. Just comment down below if you actually saw the pictures that I was putting up on the screen. Comment down below if you actually saw the pictures, because I did a test run. I did a test run earlier today, and it felt like it worked because I watched a replay of what I was doing, and it felt like it worked. So yeah, I guess if it worked, if you viewers are literally saying, "Oh, yep, it worked." So yeah, we were good. I'm actually. Oh, should I move this? Probably not. I'm actually gonna hold this. Might be better if I do. So we've talked. Obviously, we've talked about the Phantom. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Ghostwalk. I'll put your comment up on the screen right now. Thank you. And I might actually share my screen again just for the people that are coming in. We've already just lost one. That's all right. That's all right. Sharing my screen. Just wait a second. There we go. There's some pencil drawings. A original sort of panel from one of the original stories from, I'm guessing, might be from May. That one might be. And then we have a original pencil drawing done by Mike Manley. Pretty cool. So yeah, I totally. I'll put the comment up on the screen right now. Yeah, I totally agree with you with the movie. Like when I know a lot of people say when you see the first Phantom movie for the first time, you're either going to like it or you're not going to like it. No, I'm not giving away this milk. No, that's not happening. That is not happening. That is not happening, Kenzo. Um, yeah. And then we're going to be moving into some special celebration news, which will be now. As I've said, Mike was going to join us. I did text him, but obviously that's not going to happen because obviously it's early in the morning over in America, and I'm hoping Scott is here somewhere. So if you're here, Scott, please comment or join our live stream if you can. Hopefully. Yeah. So in the special celebration news, we are going to be talking about because real recently, the Phantom movie, the Phantom feature film back in 1996 actually it had its 25th anniversary this week. So that's pretty damn cool. That's pretty damn cool. Now when I first watched it, let me just explain. I'm just I'm sick and tired of this movie. Probably have to use this, don't I? But when I yeah, it's well with the stories. Like I'll be getting back into what I'm actually trying to say. With those stories, obviously these two Phantom stories will be coming to the channel very soon, and yeah, they will be coming to the channel. I've already read Triumph of the Evil, just have to record it and edit it. My editing software isn't great right now. For some reason, I can't move a certain object on the actual screen, which is, if you mind my language, it's pretty not great. That wasn't, yeah. But we actually, because the Phantom movie, so the Phantom movie turns 25 this year, and that's I reckon that's pretty cool. We've got to get we've got to get some photos, haven't we? We've got to get some photos. Yeah, radio. Let me get some photos for you. There we go, Big Billy Zane. There we go. Look at him. That's so good. There's one of this actual picture. If you remember this, it is on the DVD cover. It's on the VHS tape, and I think somewhere along the lines, I saw something that Binge was going to do the Phantom movie of like putting it on their software or something or their streaming service. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I saw it, and I completely don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, that'd be pretty cool if people could watch it. Obviously, it's already on Foxtel. We've got a action pose by Billy Zane. There's a good drawing, good painting, digital painting by Glenn Ford. What else have we got on here? We had the Mike Manley. We have obviously the Phantom Needs You. You can sign the petition up on. You can sign the petition down on the description down below. I'll be putting a link to it up here. Oh, we've had a lot of comments. Awesome issues. Very awesome. Oh, remove that. What else we got to show you? Well, I guess when the Phantom movie obviously turns, if we ever do get a new Phantom movie, if we ever do get a Phantom movie that is done by yeah. I thought I was right. I thought I had seen something, but Yeah, I thought I had seen something that Binge along the lines of Binge. The obviously the streaming giant is going to basically stream it on their platform, and I thought I did see it, but like I've been saying, like I was saying, the Phantom movie. We have the Phantom movie. The Phantom movie obviously came out in 1996. We've obviously haven't had a Phantom movie, well, a quite good Phantom movie or a Phantom franchise or some sort of thing to do with the Phantom real recently. And yeah, it was. But I feel like if we haven't had a Phantom movie for what, 25 years, no, well, the Phantom hasn't been, as a lot of people say, the Phantom hasn't been really marketed that much. Hasn't done that much promotional sort of stuff. I know we see some social media sort of photos of sort of the Phantom and its comic strip, but we don't actually see in the last 25 years what have we actually seen of the Phantom that actually looks correct, looks like it's a good Phantom movie or good TV show or something, but also has basically the nostalgia, the history, and all the folklore and all that sort of stuff. We The only other movie that I can actually think of that would have been pretty damn good was when I think back in probably 2009. 2009. So Chronicle Chamber back what, last year or late last year or something like that. They sort of interviewed the director that was going to be doing a new Phantom movie back in, I think, before the Avengers cycle was all going yada yada, with them making their movies and Disney basically buying Marvel straight out. Um, yeah, and I reckon that if we ever do see another Phantom movie, it's got to be correct. It's got to be, well, it's got to be, a lot of it's got to be done with the folklore. A lot of it's got to be done with the history. A lot of it's got to be done, if it's got to be a sequel. I reckon that if it's going to be a sequel, it has, well, they're either going to make a story up, they've got to make a story up, they've got to follow the legends, the folklore, and everything else to do with that. But I sort of reckon if you're going to make a Phantom movie, if you're going to make a Phantom movie that actually stands the test of time and actually goes on to become something good or a franchise, then you'd have to be worrying about, is this Phantom movie, is this Phantom movie going to like be on all taste buds? Is it going to be in all sort of people's minds? Is it going to be in all people's minds to actually watch the thing? Now, yeah, that's just my argument against it. If you have a Phantom movie, if you have a sequel, which if it doesn't work, well, obviously, in the last 25 years, they haven't had a sequel or a TV show that actually hasn't been up to standard, then yeah, they King features singing it. Now, I'll be honest with you. King features singing it. Now, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking like in the next, I reckon, because I emailed King Feature Singer, I emailed their customer service singer, and I emailed them, and I was sort of talking to them. I'm trying to basically get an interview with one of the big guys there. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that did work. Um, yeah, that's the only other movie that I can actually think of that actually would have looked good, and that's the only actual other movie that would have looked good, would have had to be a great movie, and was very, very well done by Chronicle Chamber when they did their interview. Now I'm going to be showing. Yeah. yeah, a lot of people like. Well, I'm just gonna say this. A lot of people like Seymour Barry's artworks. A lot of people, they either if they've group. Well, I was a couple of months ago. I was actually the last couple of weeks actually. I was talking to the guys at Chronicle Chamber, and I was basically saying to them, because they were basically saying that if you grew up in if you've seen a story, a replica series story that you've already seen, you've already read it, and so if you've already read it, then what's the point in reading it? So what's the point in reading it if you've already seen it? So they were basically saying that if you grew up in one certain era, say like the Falcon Barry or the Folk in Wilson McCoy or Folk in Ray Moore sort of era, then you may or may not like the next era of Phantoming that might not come. The Phantom, you may not like the Phantom how it is. And yeah, in the next sort of what next in the next era after what we're experiencing right now. And that's the same with lots of things. If you're not going to like a story how it is, if you're not going to like a story how it is, or if you're not going to like a particular movie, then obviously, like I'm saying, when few publication actually do bring they actually do bring the replica series comics out every 4 months, some newer fans, this is where I get it. So if you're bringing out a replica series from the stories back from 50s, 60s, or 40s, 30s, then if you're a younger audience, if you're a younger person that hasn't read these particular stories, then it gives them an opportunity to basically read them, and that's where I see a lot. Yeah, that's where I see a lot going good for the replica series. I know I'm getting a bit off track here, and all that. So yeah, I reckon with the replica series, it's good for newer viewers or a newer audience that hasn't seen those stories before or don't have a large collection like older fans do. And yeah, we base in the last 10 minutes, we just lost most of our far out. We just lost most of our people. What do you say? What can you say? Well, I'm with the last couple of weeks, I know I've been saying this a whole lot of times, but in the last couple of weeks, I've basically been doing up a new website. I've been doing up a new website, and oh god, I'm just going to show you the promo. Where is it? Stop screen, video file. Yeah, which one is it? It's this one. And it'll share in a moment of time. All this time I haven't even music. What is it? Hopefully it's working. Listen to that doof music. Hopefully it's coming out clear. So we do posts, we do like blog posts and all that sort of stuff. I really haven't been doing that much with the website. I'm trying to do more sort of articles, and yeah, I'm trying to do more articles, but with it being time consuming and it being a lot of effort putting into it, it's cool. And also we have advertisements for my YouTube channel. You can go subscribe down below. As always, And I think that's the end of the video clip. The end of it.
Yeah.
Away from the studio. Yeah. So we've talked about we've talked about certain topics. We've talked about what we've been doing in this live stream, and basically I've just been waffling on about certain topics and getting people bored. If you're feeling bored, please comment down below. I want to see the reaction on how I talk and the reaction I talk when I'm talking to obviously to use and all that sort of stuff. Now, the last thing we want to talk about, I don't know if Scott's actually going to come now. He hasn't actually, to me, he hasn't actually been in the chat, or as I can see, he hasn't actually been in the chat as well. Yeah, so what I've been looking at on Facebook, what I've been looking at on Facebook is basically, so recently, very recently, I'll be getting the picture up on the screen right now. Okay, I'll begin this. Do we actually have it? Yeah, we do. Yeah, so real recently in the Boss Fight Studios posts, we've seen a sort of a new Popeye sort of classics range. We've seen a new Popeye figurine sort of stage from Boss Fight, and I actually interviewed the guy from Boss Fight, and unfortunately I did not record it. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I didn't record it, but yeah, I just didn't record it, and I forgot to record it, obviously, and it's stupid on me because that was a very good interview, and that interview is still not published. And I'm just thinking, if I had done that, it would have been so good. A lot of responses, I reckon a lot of responses would have came out of it, just personally. And yeah, we actually have as I've been saying, we have a new Popeye figurine that's coming very soon to Boss Fight Studios. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to pre-order it very soon. And once I get back here, we have another people. What do you know? So we've been talking about Popeye. We've been talking about the Phantom, and now it's up to us as Phantom fans, us as basically audience of the Phantom. It's up to us to try and get a new Phantom movie. It's up to try and get a response from basically the big movie guys, and all that sort of stuff. And one last thing that I'd like to show you right now is the petition. If you want to actually find the petition, you can always put the link in the description down below, and I'll be putting that below very video stuff was actually working. Sorry, guys. Hopefully, it doesn't look like it's working. Remove that. Well, look, we've been pretty much on a journey right now. And if you would like to subscribe, and if you would like to like, share, comment on the live chat with the video or the video after the show, if you have any questions on these topics discussed. And also, we actually have a new Phantom comic coming out. New Phantom and comic coming out soon. So I'll show you that right now. Okay. Sorry. I know I was getting a little bit out of contract. A little bit. We also have Julie Dittrich is doing a new story with Wendell Cavalcanti, which this Julie I'm actually going to be doing an interview with, and it's going to be coming out very soon. We actually have I did an interview with Wendell last year. And we have a new story called The Return of the Golden Circle, which is a sequel to the vintage story published in 1939 to 40. And she's obviously seen the layouts for the first scene, and they look fantastic. Now, go back. This was the post done by Paramount Pictures at Home. It's about celebrating the 25 years since The Phantom was released in cinemas. Directed by Simon Windsor. The film starred Billy Zane, as everyone knows, Kirsty Swanson, Trait Williams, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, and the hashtags obviously Paramount AU, basically Australian. What else? Oh, I have a screenshot of what the new Julie Dittrich story looks like. The artwork done by Wendell Cavalcanti. We've already showed those ones. There's another scene from the Phantom. Yeah, now I'm on track. So, real recently in Phantom and news, we actually have a new Phantom and comic coming out very soon. The artwork's done by Luca Alberta, and I actually interviewed Luca. That was actually one of my first interviews I ever done, and I still look at that interview, and I still look at it, and still needs perfection. It still needs work, but I still got a good response from it, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't think we need that anymore. Don't need that. 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 We can remove this from the scene. So if you enjoyed this live stream, if you enjoyed what I've to offer in the live streams these days, if you enjoyed what you'd be wanting to watch, what you've been wanting to look at all day, hopefully, and hopefully all week, and all that sort of stuff. And if you would like to subscribe, like, share, comment, and comment in the live chat if you have any suggestions on how I can make my live stream any better. And if you haven't catched us on the live stream this week, then you can comment your comments in the video after the show. And I will respond to any questions you guys have, and I will try to respond them to as good as I can. And as always, as my saying goes, let's keep on Phantom Caving, and let's go, peoples. For me, it's dinner time. So, see you guys, and we'll catch you later.